What's going on? Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. Let's jump into it. I got nothing but hot piles of garbage for you. Let's see it. Okay, so we have what clearly looks like a mole. I'll pause it right here for you. A mole. They're gonna tattoo on top of it. Yeah, I got some thoughts and opinions about that. So they're going for it. Looks like a pretty shaky line, outline, whatever. Good, bad tattoo, doesn't really matter. It's just a stupid little heart. Look, if you got a mole like this, never tattoo over it, okay? If you're doing like a big, large back piece and you have to go over some small ones or else it's gonna look like a chicken pox thing, maybe cover them, maybe, but don't just blast over a mole. There's a few reasons why. One is because you want to be able to see whether your moles get bigger and darker depending on whether they can be cancerous or not. I don't know that as a doctor. I know that as a fucking anecdotal tatter guy who just says the things that he has always heard, and that is what I've always known for moles. You gotta be careful tattooing them. One, you don't wanna like go over something just to go over it. And then two, you gotta be careful with moles. Sometimes they can be cancerous, and if you black them out, you won't know if they're getting larger or darker. So don't do it. And if you have a lot of moles, you're a moley person, be cautious getting tattooed because like I said, you do want to see those things. Okay, it's kind of important, not, like being able to detect skin cancer or a mole that's cancerous is pretty important, believe it or not. Yeah, don't do it, it's dumb. On to the next. Okay, we got Carlos Saint Tattoos tattooing what looks like a child. I hope this is just like a grown looking boy with some sort of birth defect that makes him look super young in comparison to how old he is, but he looks like a 3-year-old. No, he looks like an 8-year-old with a whole hand banger. Let's see this guy. Where's this guy tattooing in? Carlos Saint Tattoo. First off, you're probably an ass, but oh my God. Carlos Saint Tattoo. I don't know exactly where he's tattooing, but it's probably not the place you want to get tattooed in. Somewhere either in Latin America or wherever where maybe the rules are a little looser. I'm gonna assume that this is a child. And therefore, I'm gonna say this tattooer is a big fucking pile of shit who should get his hands chopped off. I think that's a fair trade. Like, you tattoo minors and give them hand bangers, you deserve to get your hands chopped off. I don't think that that's that far off. Let me think about that statement. Let me feel into it. Yeah, fuck this guy. I hope his hands get chopped off, or at least a couple of his, take one of his thumbs. If he's right-handed, take that right hand thumb, He's a piece of shit for putting this on the internet. He's a piece of shit for doing it, fuck him. This is a child. He doesn't know anything at all. He's kind of a dumb looking kid, clearly. I don't want to make fun of the kid too much, but, bad parents, bad tattoo artist, or just a really young looking adult, which then obviously, get your shit done, dude. But yeah, sometimes kids do look, there are adults who look like babies, I've seen it, but yeah, awful, piece of shit. There are some old stories of like circus people tattooing children, like giving them full body suits. Let me see if I can find a picture. Yeah, I mean, you definitely can find some old pictures of children with tattoos. It existed, lots of kids had them, at least in like the circus world. But yeah, it's just a fucking bad look, dude. Come on, don't fucking tattoo your kids, dude. Kids with tattoos, fucking ridiculous. We all knew a couple kids in high school who had tattoos. They weren't as young as this, but fuck, nasty. On to the next. Okay, we got this clearly overreacting lady. She's getting this small little tattoo and she's screaming, right? We can all hear it. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Sometimes I wonder when you're like tattooing something like this, and I have tattooed people like this, I wonder, how do you fucking exist through the world? I always am like, well, how do you do anything in life? Like, how do you go to the grocery store? You're a puss. okay? How do you do anything in this world? Now, I have had a couple different people react in this type of way. Now, I've had one girl who was screaming at the top of her lungs, and I told her, hell nah, dude, I am done tattooing, okay? I am done. I'm done for the day. I'm not dealing with this shit. Get the fuck out and pay me. Because I was just like, no, I'm not dealing with this type of screaming shit. And then there was one time I was tattooing a girl, and this is kind of off topic, but it kind of reminds me of the same thing. And I was tattooing her foot, and she was like moaning, screaming in a way that didn't seem like I was tattooing her as much as it seemed like something else was being pushed in and out of her. I'll just leave it there. That's as like vulgar and not vulgar as I possibly could leave that. But she was like moaning in this way that like everybody was super uncomfortable. And I also was like, hey dude, I'm not sure what's going on here, but you gotta fucking tone it down. Like fucking bite a pillow. I don't give a shit. It was really weird and it was really uncomfortable for everyone in the shop. And I could tell that she was really just getting off on people listening to her moan. It was weird. It was a weird scenario. Now, what does that have to do with this tattoo? Is sometimes I feel like people are screaming like this because that's what gets them the most attention. And you're like, dude, shut the fuck up. No one cares, dude. You're going through a little tattoo. Cállate, okay? Shut it. Shut your fucking stink hole. No one wants to hear your mouth hole open up and scream while you're getting a tattoo. Don't get tattooed. You know, if you can't handle a vag wax, don't get a tattoo, okay? On to the next. Okay, what's my opinion on this? Clearly, this is like slot machine type tattoo imagery. I don't know. It looks like, it says player's choice. It looks like slot machine stuff. And slot machines are really colorful and everything. Ugh, okay. I've got a couple thoughts. One, there's been sleeves that are this colorful and this bold, and they usually have enough structure and enough black to really make those things pop. Where this tattoo makes me think I'm looking at like a crappy coloring book for kids. Like it just does not look right, and it's because there's not enough black in here. I think that this dumb tattoo idea could be done nicely if they just used a lot more black. But man, like just a bad tattoo choice. I'm just like looking at it and I'm like, this is one of those sleeves that like you see walk by and you're like, what was that fucking black blob I just looked at? And then maybe you kind of like look really close and you're like, oh, I kind of get it. Oh, it looks nice, like certain parts. But you're like, when it walks by, you just see this, you know, if a rainbow was like going into the other colors and you just get these smudgy, weird browns and weird, ugly fucking looks because the rainbow is just so many different colors combining into nothing good. That's kind of what I feel like I'm looking at. The best part of this tattoo is the lettering, probably. At least some parts of it. Fuck, I hate this tattoo, dude. I hate these color bombs. Yeah, just dumb looking. I hate when people just smash a tattoo in color. Whether it's like this, where it's a ton of different colors, or if it's like an underwater sleeve and they put turquoise and blue like throughout the whole fucking thing. I'm like, ugh, God, who wants a Smurf farm or this smudgy casino leg sleeve, dude? I don't know. Next. I'm not sure if we could use that music. Maybe we can use that music. I have no fucking clue what I'm looking at. Is this a fucking knitted blanket or is it one of those? I don't know what I'm looking at, dude. Such a pile of shit tattoo. You know, sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, oh, that's a pile of shit. And then I'm like, do I really feel bad? Because someone else has got to wear that. You know, like how much can I feel bad when I'm like, ugh, such a dumb, let's see these tattoos. What the fuck am I actually looking at? Is it not finished or? Nah, this person sucks. Nah, their tattoos are whack. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at with that one. Okay, so I just looked into it. She says that it's not the final piece, but I don't know how that tattoo can look nice. You know, I'm truly not sure. Like, what are we doing in tattooing where that looks like your initial outline? Holy shit balls. Wow, that tattoo looks like shit. And it looks like it's going to be a pile of shit. And it either is going to be like a knitted etching looking thing or something else, but either way, like the type of tattooing I just absolutely hate. When you just do these like really weird, intricate, artistic, fartsy stuff, I just go like, why? I was just talking to a client the other day and I'm like, Dude, you just gotta get good tattoo ideas. If you make good tattoo idea choices, you're pretty much gonna end up with a good looking tattoo. And if you start going out with these like really weird off the wall ideas, it almost always looks like shit, okay? This is like one of those things, like maybe it's a knitted blanket, like, oh, God, if that's a knitted blanket, fucking shoot me, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. On to the next. Okay, what do we got next? Another artsy fartsy pile of crap? Jesus. I told you guys leading into this day, it was just gonna be rough. It was just gonna be a journey of us like fighting off crap tattoo demons, dude. We're going through fucking the underbelly of tattoo land. Like we're fighting off the demons of crap ass tattoos. And this one probably takes the crick of crap ass tattoos, dude. I'm like, ugh, what is this? I always wonder if, like, what? It's gonna make me cry, dude. I fucking hate this tattoo so much. I'm like, what is it? Like, why did they smash all these different colors of like these muted looking things just to make this like elf holding a fucking baby Jesus ugly thing? I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. Tatlandia? Tatlandia is fucked, okay? Tatlandia is screwed. We have a new president of Tatlandia. He is a cunt. I don't know. I don't know what words I can say anymore. I've been getting flagged a lot on YouTube. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I've been getting a little flagged. But yeah, fucking Tatlandia has gone to shit. And considering I'm the king of Kirkland, I know about running empires. And if your empire is throwing out shit tattoos like this, you fucking suck. These tattoos suck. On to the next. Bad tattoos translates through fucking every culture. There's always someone in every single country that's got these crap tattoo ideas, and this is the one for what I'm gonna get. I don't know these people. I don't know the characters very well. It might be Japan, but it might be somewhere else. Yeah, dude. There's someone in every part of the world with some like that just disrespects their body so much that they put on piles of crap. You know, like this is it. And that might be you at home. And I respect you. I respect your body more. And I wish you just got cool tattoos, okay? Cool tattoos will save the world, I'm convinced. It unites people, right? It unites the universe, okay? I'm in this crap, hate these tattoos, on to the next. Okay, something we can actually learn from, right? Instead of me just being like, oh, that's a pile of crap, this is a pile of crap also, but we can learn something from it. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about tattooing dark skin. Look, if you were gonna get a big, open, girl face thing with some stuff in her hair, I don't know what the stuff in the hair is, okay? Let's be real. Do you know what the stuff in the hair is? No. Is it harder to see because he's got darker skin? Absolutely. Is the design probably crappy anyways? Probably. Look, if you wanted to tattoo an image like this on a darker person, make that tattoo a little bit bigger, make those outlines bigger and thicker, and use the contrast of her face to really take home the idea that there is what's happening underneath it all. Right? Do not do these like shaky little scratchy looking lines on a dark person because you're just not going to see them. You're not, okay? You put some shaky lines into a dark person, it looks like a smudge. It's just the way it goes. And unfortunately, that's what this guy has. I could kind of tell that there's a girl face, but I think in a few weeks, few months, few years, for sure, you're not gonna know what's happening here. Next.
Bro! Horseplay too much in the fucking store, man. Look what these niggas just fucking did. My fucking skin. I gotta go to the fucking hospital, bro.
Okay, so this person is claiming that something happened to his tattoo because his friends were fucking with the tattoo. I think. I don't know if this is one of those things where it's like a meme type of thing and there's like a voiceover of a tattoo. I don't know. I've never heard that voiceover thing. It could be just something he reused for a TikTok video. But Either way, it does not matter. What happened here on this tattoo is most likely a red reaction. Okay. Now I know you might be looking at it and being like, well, it doesn't look like, like the red is kind of flared, but so is the blue. There's a couple different colors here that are going to be flared up. And pink will also often have red reaction because there's red inside the pink pigment. But what I think happened here is a red reaction, or just this tattoo got absolutely fucking hammered into the skin and now it's just an infected tattoo. I am not sure. I'm not a doctor, and also I've seen a lot of times where it's kind of like both in this type of scenario, but either way, absolutely go to the hospital. This is something that could get a lot worse, and if it starts to get really, really infected, you could be just led with a lot of health conditions and problems. Now, having said that, this is not medical advice, but I've definitely had tattoos that looked as bad as this. Done by professionals, done by people who are great tattooers, just in tattoo land. In this world, sometimes you get a tattoo that just does not fit right, sit well. Maybe the tattooer goes too hard for the placement of it. I had like one right here on the inside of my leg, and I think the tattooer just kind of went a little too hard without realizing how much damage they were causing. And the tattoo looked probably exactly like this, or pretty close. Like the tattoo was fucked, and it hurt. It hurt. In case you've ever had a tattoo with an infection, that shit sucks. Awful, awful, crappy, sucky things. I have, personally, there's a few remedies I have at home. I don't feel comfortable saying them online because I'm like, I don't want you guys doing this shit. I'd much rather you go to the hospital than like do some bullshit that I say online. But yeah, I can fix pretty much any of my tattoos infections pretty easily. I use a certain thing. It works. You're never gonna guess it. You will never fucking guess it. No one knows about it except for me, except for my mentor and a few people I've told when I'm like really close with them. But if you got an infected tattoo, there are some remedies at home. But, don't do it because don't be a fucking idiot, Don't be pouring milk on your tattoos. That might make the infection worse, okay? Okay? Yeah, I'm not telling you, but there are ones out there. Okay? Fix that tattoo in like 4 minutes, unless it's a red reaction, which I cannot really tell. It might just be an infected tattoo. I could fix it. I could fix it. I've done it at least on all the tattoos I've had. I've probably had 3 tattoos that were close to infection and 1 that was a for sure infection, and I fixed them all within a day or 2 with a certain thing, a mystery thing. You'll never guess it. Guess it in the fucking comments. If anyone guesses it, I will literally put just a like on it. I never like comments. I will like that one in case someone guesses it. On to the next.
Recession indicator this, recession indicator that. Tattoo artists are taking walk-ins again and accepting trades. Babes were cooked.
Oh yeah, okay, tattoo recession. This is my favorite topic currently. Money comes, money goes. And if you don't save those motherfuckers, they'd be flying away, okay? I've been through at least 2 slow periods of tattooing. Both have been like recession actually. Like we're currently in a recession. Even if they don't fucking call it a recession, it's a recession. Okay, these fucking assholes. And then I was definitely part of the end part of the first '08 recession, my first recession. Now, if you're a tattooer and you cannot handle the ups and downs of the business, this is your time to walk away. Let's say you're anywhere between a first year and a 5-year tattooer, and you see the writing on the wall and you know yourself well enough to be like, I hate this. I cannot handle the insecurity of this job. Walk away. I don't think anyone's really out there telling people to walk away. Walk away. This will happen again. There's 2 sides of this type of tattoo talk, right? Oh, the money, you gotta make that money. Oh, be a hustler like me, drive a Bugatti, blah, blah, blah. Oh, if you're not tattooing as much as me, you're just not a hustler like I am. You're just not making TikToks like I am. You're just not doing stuff the way that I am because I'm hustling and grinding and I don't feel the recession. And I'm here to tell you, that's bullshit. All bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors, dude. there's that side of tattooing, and then there's the side of tattooing where it's like, I do not care about the ups and downs of the financial part of tattooing. I'm gonna stick this out forever because I love tattooing. And you know, they're both there, they both exist, and I'm here to tell you something completely different. If you cannot handle this, quit. It's not a big deal, dude. Go do something else. I swear to God, there's so many cool jobs out there that you could fucking make a really easy, mellow living doing and are just as cool as tattooing. I'm here to say it. I'm here to say it. Now, for all you other people, fucking go hustle and grind and make your dollars, but understand that there will always be ups and downs in tattooing. And do not believe these people who are like, there's only ups in tattooing. They don't fucking know. They're dumb, and they're honestly probably hiding their finances from you in some way, you know? A lot of them will be like, oh, look at all the money. I made $1 million. How to be a tattooer who makes $1 million from 0 to $1 million. Okay, you have to work on posting on social media. Okay, and you have to go and work on your art. Like, they give you stupid fucking advice because there is no real, that's not a true thing, okay? There's like maybe a couple millionaire tattooers. They exist, obviously, for sure, a couple. The rest, middle area somewhere, up and down middle area, okay? There's not a whole lot of money in tattooing. And the reason is because there's a ceiling to what you can do, dude. You can't just like rake in dough all the time. It just doesn't work like that. This is a luxury. And when people can't afford luxuries, they stop buying luxuries, right? This isn't, you know, Costco, right? People still got to go to goddamn Costco no matter what. They're recession proof. And tattooing is so far from recession proof. It's the exact opposite. It's a recession indicator, okay? When tattooing gets slow, you know we're about to be in a slow time, okay? That's it. Fuck these people, dude. Fuck them all. But yeah, let me talk more about what she actually says. Tattoo recession indicator. People are taking walk-ins. Well, honestly, tattooers should almost always take walk-ins, right? Just realistic. I just think that that's the case. I think that most tattooers could benefit from taking a walk-in once in a while, whether that's their people skills or just stacking away cash when they got cash. You know, I think that that's probably a good way to think about tattooing. Like, if it's there, take it, because it won't always be there. And that's like the fucking sad truth. Also, she said like tattooers are doing trades. There's one thing in this world I will never do, and that is a trade. I would rather tattoo for fucking hella cheap than to trade a tattoo. Maybe, I'm currently thinking about buying a new motorcycle. Maybe I would trade for a motorcycle that I really liked. But honestly, every time I've ever done a trade, I feel like I get the shit end of the stick, you know? So yeah, probably not doing that. On to the next. So this says, POV me talking to old school tattooers.
Bullying, knock it off. Racism, knock it off. Bigotry, knock it off. Crime, knock it off.
I'm gonna take this as serious because I couldn't find anything on this dude's TikTok to tell me that it wasn't serious. Okay, so I've been in tattoo shops for a long time, at least almost 15 years. I have seen blatant racism, I've seen blatant sexism, I've seen crime, I've seen a lot of actually just like awful things in tattooing. And I want to say that over this 15-year period, I've seen so much fucking less of that. I also think that the tattoo shops that I came from, especially the first two, were hotspots and pretty unique circumstances for the amount of like all of those things happening. In my years as tattooing has grown and as like everything has grown, like fucking acceptance of different people and blah, 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 all of these things are starting to really go away in tattoo land. Now, what has been creeping in is this like pandery person who is full of shit. And like, I think that a lot of times you see this type of stuff when I just go like, dude, get out in the world, dude. There's not a lot of that stuff happening in tattoo shops. And if it is, it should be dealt with. It's up to, for example, if I saw some shit, some like racist shit happening in my tattoo shop, get hands-on about that type of stuff. Like if they were being like weirdly sexist or like weirdly perverted with my fucking employees, or if a tattooer of mine was getting too comfortable with a female client, I fucking We going for it, okay? And I'm not a tough guy. I don't like, but I just fucking find this shit to be corny too. Like in tattoo land, most people are just well-mannered, super nice, not disrespectful fucks, okay? But, you know, on to the next. Doing the impossible cover-up. Oh my God. It was impossible, it stayed impossible, it's a fucking hot pile of hot shit. My editor just walked in, she's trying to be all creepy in the corner, but yeah, looks like a fucking pile of shit. That was impossible, you shouldn't have done it. I'll see you in a few days.